Default to Have you ever wanted to build an Android app, but felt overwhelmed by the code? In this video, I'm going to show you how I built a modern to-do list app in just 10 minutes using Android Studio and Gemini AI. And the best part? I didn't type a single line of code from scratch. Let's start. Upon launching Android Studio, we first need to select a template for our application. In this case, we will choose the empty activity template. Next, enter the name of your application and select the directory on your hard drive where you want the project code to be saved. We will leave the remaining settings at their default values. Finally, click on Finish. Once we complete this step, Android Studio will begin generating the essential files and screens required for our application. This process may take a little time, so please be patient while the project fully loads and initializes. Next, we will ask Gemini to generate our source code. We need to describe exactly what we want to build, which, in our case, is a to-do list application. Gemini will then generate the code for us, providing detailed instructions on exactly where to copy it and what steps to follow. Now that Gemini has generated the foundation of our project, the next step is to design the user interface to make it look like a polished application. We will ask Gemini to design a task list panel, as well as a view for individual tasks. We will also request the functionality to check off completed items and delete tasks from the list. Once again, we will follow Gemini's instructions. It has advised us to create 2 new files to serve as the layout panels for our application's interface. We have received detailed steps on how to create these files and exactly where to paste the generated code. You can see the entire process demonstrated right here in the video. After creating this first file, the application already begins to take shape. We can now see the interface coming to life, with the actual layout of text and icons clearly visible. We will now ask Gemini to refine and polish our work, adding a more professional touch to the project. We will follow the directions closely, as Gemini provides a highly detailed explanation on how to create new files, copy the code, and implement all the necessary elements. Now, we will create the third file following Gemini's instructions. I will demonstrate the process for you in the video. Now that we have pasted the code provided by Gemini, you might notice a few errors appearing in Android Studio. Don't worry at all, this is a common occurrence, and it is not a major issue. Simply hover your cursor over the code highlighted in red. Then, press Alt+Enter on your keyboard and select the option to add the missing import. This isn't actually a mistake by Gemini. Sometimes Android Studio just needs a little help identifying the correct libraries. It is a very quick and easy fix. As you can see, all of our errors have disappeared just by adding this import. We will now ask Gemini to bring everything together and consolidate our current code into a single, cohesive unit. This will allow us to run a test and see exactly how our application looks and functions in action. Gemini has now provided us with the complete MainActivity file. This is the core file that integrates all of our code segments. We will proceed to copy and paste it, just as instructed. Naturally, we will resolve these minor errors using the same method as before. Simply hover your mouse over the highlighted code, press Alt+Enter, and add the necessary import. Now, to test the application, you have two options. You can either use the built-in emulator within Android Studio or connect your physical phone to the computer. I will be using the emulator for this demonstration. After launching the emulator, we can see our application running. It is a simple build, but it is fully functional based on the code we have implemented so far. We can add a new task simply by clicking on the plus icon. Enter the details of your task, and then simply save it. Here we can see our updated task list. It features the ability to check off items to mark them as complete, as well as an option to delete tasks from the list. You will notice that if we close the application and then relaunch it, our tasks are no longer there. In the next episode, we will fix this by adding a database to save our tasks permanently. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss part 2.